to the first season of 2024 was marred in low points for this sAw squad. After falling short at the major from being 2-0 up, they failed to qualify for Pro League. They fall out of Blast. There was setback after setback, and so this team has had to rebuild itself post the player break. And they're now in that position of dreams. Playoffs already secured, and now they want to try and sweeten the deal, and it starts off here on Nuke. A map that sAw have found a lot of success on, but one that NAVI...
So let's see if they can squeeze anything through here against world number one. This pistol is looking pretty unlikely for the sAw squad, but they do find a pick on IEM in main. 2v3. And time ticking away. That bomb's retrieval is not even a factor right now. They need kills before they can even consider this round, and NAVI will disallow it. Alexei, where you often see star riflers positioned outside, tucked behind red. Here's them crossing on this smoke. He knows they're in secret. 4 players making their move, and he's got the backstab. It's beautiful. Easy kill. Can't escape with a second, but he's got all the info required. They do go down vent. JL risking it all right now. And with his back turned against the smoke, he's able to get tucked in before Roman makes his play. Nice awareness from JL. He didn't believe that that was a secret play. Not for a moment. And he makes the right call as they come back up.
JL might not have believed, but the rest of NAVI certainly did. 2 players down on lower. Here's the util. Flashed off the line. Tries to deal with it, but can't contain. And so Bit and Wonderful both left on this top side now with the bomb. Planted down on lower. Wonderful arrives short in towards the ramp side, but Bit might be the one who has to make a move here. If he can strike one from the tally, suddenly they can look to go for this, and it won't happen. Story turns around and deals with him. And so we don't have to wait long to see what sAw are bringing to the table here. I think this is going to be a real test of NAVI's CT reads, their rotates, their ability to play for info, because sAw love a bit of this trickery, slowing down in the mid-round, trying to have NAVI outbrain themselves, out-rotate themselves. And NAVI fall for it. They got better. They went over the parts that needed improving. And this is a sAw squad now that do have some of that similarity from the run that we saw at that major. Difference is they know what it's like for it to fall apart. They know what it's like to lose. And so they've been putting in the hours, putting in the legwork so that that doesn't happen. Yeah. Fast out ramp, Aros Dos leads the charge. Him and Ujax have been monumental in sAw finding themselves in this position. So with one of the stars opening up here, the front man taking space, and now he's got Ujax in alongside him. It's a potent twosome trying to take control over towards the double doors. Mutierrez with a key trade.
That would have been a great position from him, but the door nade, you don't see that very often. sAw trying to take a lot of control despite the Molotov blocking their path. Mutierrez committed in the open, trying to set up Roman, but he will fall at the first hurdle. Mutierrez just needs a kill. He's isolated in this position right now, trying to get out of there. JL backstab from the sneaky secret wrap. And Mutierrez buying a few more seconds in the sight, hits another headshot, putting this into a 1v2. Alexei on the clock, out of time, out of chance, and sAw able to do it again on this lower bomb site. Exciting stuff right now, looking explosive. And coming up with a second round. I can't believe Mutierrez is allowed to escape there. I guess it's because JL saying he's smoked, he can't help, buy some time.
Could find themselves in a rough spot very, very quickly here. The sAw T-side's building up.
It's going to A-pop.
And so after so many of these rounds have come to trying to get down lower, trying to outposition NAVI, now they look to do it with brute force. In they come, Aros Dos on the opener. Flash through main, but no one plays on the back of it. IEM waits, tucked in over at the vents. Great tournament put forward from IEM as he looks to make a move, but he won't stop that bomb plant. Does sniff out the player back at vent. End of the line for him, but the rest of the gang move in. Story and Mutierrez still alive for sAw, and it's this flank for Story that Mutierrez is looking to buy time for. They hold on to the heavens. It's a dink, sure, but not the killing blow. Story does not move a muscle. Mutierrez wasting time. Bit finally finds him and Story walks out. Oh, flick on down, Story! Rewrites his story with that clutch there. 3 kills, keeps sAw in pole position. NAVI crumble under the weight of Story's heaven flank.
Oh, this is no one-trick pony. Every player can deliver these clutch rounds for sAw, and the setups are perfect. An A hit with the big ramp flank, and Story just commits the whole way. I think sAw have caught NAVI by surprise. They have to so many teams over this year.
And you know, if you're NAVI here, you almost can't blame them for coming in feeling super confident. They even alluded to it in the interview. Nuke is a strong map for this team.
Alexi was surprised. He said, yeah, give it a go. Go on. We're happy with this map. We are more than comfortable.
I think NAVI have come into this thinking that they got 2 great maps to play to open up. But they're learning the hard way. sAw have a lot up their sleeve. Now the pistols here doing a lot of damage for NAVI as they try to conjure up around from nowhere. Alexi's baiting them in, the rest of the gang ready to swing on the back of his contact, and so well handled from NAVI.
Felt like they jumped the gun on that one, right? They wanted to keep the momentum rolling. They spot a couple players in A, they just try and go for the throat, but a cancel would have been nice when they realized they were walking into minimum 2 players so early in the round. So
on the NAVI side of things, you often in these games so far have had to look no further than this rifling trio who have been putting on a fantastic tournament for the NAVI.
Wow.
Imma getting involved early. It's another one of these fast topside rushes, and Imma will withstand it. 2 kills.
Here he comes.
Tries to anchor the site down, but Story is brimming with confidence. Knocks Alexi out of the contest, and now wonderful smoked off up in heaven. Bit makes a desperate move, and that only feeds more to Story. Wonderful, top in the charts right now for this NAVI squad.
Ooh.
Tag to Story, but this guy is just knowing no bounds right now. He's playing with uncontested levels of confidence, man. He's making the wildest moves, and sure, he gets punished here. But the promise of knocking that AWP out of the round was just too tantalizing for Story. And he'd already done more than enough to secure this round for sAw.
Some explosive rounds already in this game. Ooh, that's brutal. On the ramp push, UJUX catches an opener. Now it's still smoked out behind NAVI, so no one's committing, but it's a 5v4 untraded. Well, we got to see someone save the day. Wonderful could be that guy pushed in through the hut. He's got a great line if they try and retreat, but if sAw commit here, it's too late to stop the bomb at least. 6th, or 4th player rather, Story, crossing in. Wonderful, good adjustment.
It's a huge name to find as well. Top performer Story, not able to make a dent this time around. Fast play into lower.
sAw have just been really solid in these post plans though, haven't they? So immediately door off again, making it a consistent part to mean NAVI can't cross safely through this tunnel. They've got to consider both angles. Meanwhile, Materials, there's always a man in the backstab, gets his kill. Missed AWP shot, they go hunting, they go pushing forward and further upwards as sAw gain themselves 6 rounds on this T side. The aggression, unparalleled by NAVI. And a big triple from UJUX. But no more.
That was the attitude they had where they felt invincible. That RMR run really bumped up their estimations of themselves and what they were capable of. And that was the sort of gumption and aggressiveness that they were playing with on their major run. And that was what was missing once this team fell out. That's what they had to work on rebuilding. And at this point, when you battled through Cologne in the fashion that they have,
just doesn't interest them.
they lose an important player to open up this round, but Story getting it done in AWP. He's made the game look real pretty so far, rifling. So weapon of choice now out and out for the sAw squad.
NAVI have good position, so they've re-cleared lobby. They've got JL tucked in upper, aware that they could be everywhere, and Alexi is down lower, but they're going to need to get set up on this top site and support JL quickly, because sAw again are scaling the rafters, and that's another pickup on the lobby push. Gone from bad to worse to in a hearse for NAVI.
JL and Alexi both going to find a killer piece, and that's the bomb now dropped over in main. Last remaining players here for sAw, both coming from the heaven side. Aros Dos opens up with one, but Roman's going to have to do this.
No.
Alexi makes a big misstep there, burns alive, and the tag in the molly is heard. Roman knows the bit's in the door.
That is not a mistake you see from the big brain captain of NAVI every round. Jumping the gun.
And you said coming into this, NAVI might not be feeling a lot of pressure, but I think if that play shows anything, it's that they certainly are.
I apologize. I put my hands up. Right now, NAVI are feeling the burn.
Those are not the mistakes you expect to see out of Alexi B.
It's not like NAVI came in looking cold. Sure, Cologne was full of upsets, but NAVI were one of the only Tier 1 teams who didn't drop the ball in their debut, destroying Pain, making that game look easy, following up, taking down Astralis in clinical 2-0 fashion. This is not where I expected the upsets to begin. But sAw, that's been their whole run through the play into the groups. 2 wins over Mongols, taking down G2 in fighting form. And now, NAVI in their crosshairs. Take the shot.
IEM is in a very good position here, and with wonderful Zorb drawing so much attention away, NAVI, the best they were hoping for was 4 down the stretch of this CT half. They're in their best spot yet to do it. It's Roman and Mutiris, the veteran players of this sAw squad. Decades of experience between the two of them, and all of it spent together, but it's not going to help them in this 2-on-3. IEM and Bit mop it up, and so NAVI, the bare minimum is locked in. 4 rounds, all they muster. sAw with a convincing lead to open up a potential run into the semi-finals.
What a dominant T-side for sAw. We'll have to see if they can keep it up, because it's one thing starting strong, it's another thing finishing against the world number 1. So Materia is just re-peeking after a dink. Drops Ema on the silo. NAVI starts scaling outside, and Materia probably needs to stick to these headshot angles. A peek out here could be certain death, and NAVI decide to reset.
I can imagine for NAVI, it's just nice not being on the whim of some of these sudden pace changes from sAw. All of a sudden, it's them getting to set the precedent in this pistol. Aggro in from ramp from Mutiris. That's the guy you last saw outside, spotted pushing ramp. So are they ready for a second man? Ujax lies in wait. Story takes contact, but that's only going to make this position that much more powerful. Ujax has got all 3 right here. Can he deliver on them? A lot of damage found to Alexi, and it was well worth teeing up Ujax in at ramp as just JL remains.
Get him.
sAw are coming for the pistol. They're going for NAVI's throat, and there's no room left to breathe as sAw clap down on NAVI to open up this second half.
Just choke slammed into the ground there. What a position, what a bait setup for Ujax, and he delivers on it. And some really young and fresh pieces thrown into this roster to up the firepower, up the level. Players like Ujax, Story, Aros Dos. Ooh, Navi's firepower comes to play this round. 2 entries as they catch a player flanking outside, get a ramp pick, send it B. But Roman's got really good timing here. And Arostos can cut down the lurk of Ema. He's heard him walk through. Now their eyes fixated on the wrong position, and surprise, surprise, it's Roman waiting inside. Alexi's too late to this party. There's no cake left. And no stone unturned for sAw as they find 11-4.
And that's from a man deficit as well. They're on the back foot in that round, and you would not have known it. It felt like at the end of last season, saw's story was going to have the saddest of endings. It was going to be all about potential and what could have been. The #1 ranked team has had man advantages, has had the map control. They have not been able to answer the problem put forward from sAw.
Pistols, NAVI are giving sAw map point.
We might be witnessing something very magical here as sAw surge towards the finish line on their map pick. Roman, this guy's had doubles all day, but this time just the one and done. There's layers of defense here though for sAw, and Alexi can't continue fighting solo.
Were you really ready for this? Was anyone ready for this? Sure. This sAw storyline, how exciting.
It's one thing to have potential, it's another thing to realize it. And that's what sAw are trying to do. This would be a statement victory on map 1. Alexi just looking to do some damage here, 1v3. The captain going to try and keep things in check for NAVI, but the odds are against him. He's got to get past the 2 front men of sAw, and he won't survive the crossing. Arostos.
NAVI just need to make sure not to give it away too early, because at the moment, they can just plant the bomb. Now, of course, NAVI aren't going to be feeling as comfortable as it looks to us. Everywhere they've gone, every move they've made, sAw have been watching, they've been ready. But little do NAVI know, a bomb plant and a 5v5 post is on the tip of their tongue.
I mean, this is the nature of how sAw play this map, right? Occasionally you're going to have these reads and you will get out position. They were anticipating something over towards the top end of the map. They've kept all 5 players there.
It's a very reasonable gamble from sAw, and honestly, they can just save if they want. There's nothing wrong with that call. You know, you fully all in the upper site, and you, in fairness, never had any understanding that NAVI had crossed 4 secrets. So, sAw are going ramp. This could just be to save.
I don't think you looked at and immediately thought like he could up the level of a team like sAw. But after that London event, they were really singing his praises. So let's see what he's cooked up. Heading into this round right now. Can't stop the A-rush, not initially. Roman's trying to battle back from main, but Imma lights out through the smoke.
Funnily enough, one of the weakest A setups you're going to see, right? SAw very heavy on the extremities, spotting from heaven, playing 2 in main. That's where the kills come in on the entry. They don't have anyone really backside or inside closed door. As they lay up topside util, they might meet them on ramp. Try and go for this lower hit. U-Jerk's got to watch out. Here they come. Team Flash.
Yeah, the Team Flash could help him out here. Oh. Tries to play his hand. Mutiris is burning alive, and so NAVI have found their route in. They take the ramp control. sAw fast drop 2 down towards lower.
Again.
You've seen this setup before if you're NAVI. This time, Arostos will not be around to draw attention away from Roman. Instead, he is that first point of contact, so he has to start strong. First kill connects. Roman defending this Empire. sAw 4v3 as Roman once more eludes capture. Brought to his knees by Wonderful. sAw only 1 man down at lower. Arostos unaccounted for. They don't know he's here, and he doesn't swing that door yet. Instead, he waits for his teammates. Mutiris is knocked out, and Imma in with the backstab. sAw, it's down a story. Orb retrieved, and he's out of there. NAVI claw their way back in. You thought Roman might have done enough with that double down at lower. But NAVI are hard to put away. Wonderful is putting on a show. Imma is having these late game recoveries.
And this could be potent. NAVI right now not watching this, and there's a hub player to act off the back of it with a guy going up roof. There's just less manpower in here. Bit will reposition in time. Bomb spotted. And if he repositions back, Arostos should have the drop, leg shot, and bomb loose.
JL's don't know about to be the one trading this, but yeah, it's that Orb watching on that could uproot the entire game plan. Wonderful hops in. JL still yet to make a move, and a missed shot from that AWP. JL now gets involved. strike him while the Irons hot back in the lobby. It's got to be team captain Mutirez or nothing.
How are NAVI winning these rounds? This is shocking. From more man downs, they're doing it like sAw in the first half.
Has lent a little bit of room to Ujerks to make a play out through Secret.
Yeah, we haven't had any info. That's been the issue for sAw. NAVI go down B and sAw don't even realize. So having a player in Secret is fantastic. They also have the AWP on the cross. It's a missed smoke for NAVI. There's a gap. There's info, but they drop the ball. He unscopes at the wrong time, and IEM runs right past that Molotov to find a 5v4. Disaster strikes for sAw again. It's up to Roman, or this one's over.
He's been good with the multi-kills. He's the veteran guy on the squad, but needs something big here. Gets out with one. Levels the playing field. If you're Roman, you'll take that. Saw it in dire straits, but as he tries to get back up the vent, Wonderful plucks him out of the round.
One tap.
They've lost Roman, and so someone else has to be the hero for sAw.
They were winning these rounds all over in the first half, but NAVI have got them trapped. Look at Wonderful's position. He's about to shoot Arostos in the back of the head if he can get up heaven safely.
Ollie and Heaven meant to slow this. Mutirez is trying to take the space, but Wonderful has been dispatched to deal with this position. Holding onto the ladder, he won't be given this angle, and so Arostos has to watch too many spots, too many positions, ready for the Heaven ramp, but out comes Mutirez. Quick trade, but a man down. Is this the round where they want to risk it? Mutirez hops into the Lion's Den. Story's all fires off, and now it's all eyes on Alexi. Are things different for sAw this time? Will they get the result? Mutirez seems to think so, as the captain locks in Nuke, the opening map. sAw's map pick, one map closer to the semi-finals. As they stand one away from a quarter-final placing if they fall to sAw here.
Yeah, it'd be one thing to be getting blown out of this series, but NAVI woke up near the end of Nuke, so we'll have to see if they can put that warm-up to use in this map 2 of the series and turn it around on a third at Inferno. sAw with wind in their sails, flying forward with the opening kill, but that's a bomb traded back by Alexi B, who's armed and dangerous and joined by his team through Donuts.
Roman first man on the scene, but going to struggle to get involved here as everyone else has crossed into the site. IEM trying to take space away over at Donut. An awkward exchange to open, but there's Wonderful lending a helping hand. As he comes up big with 2, it's all eyes on Roman. Was great and reliable in these multi-kill moments back on Nuke. But expecting a 1v3 out of him here with lost CT, lost Donut. There should be no world back into this pistol for Roman, and he knows it. JL really drives that home, and so NAVI are going to get off to a good start on their map pick. Mutirez just re-smoking at Donut, making the decision to block. He doesn't want to be involved in this. He doesn't want to be that first domino to fall and open up the A-split. But NAVI looking like they might just force this fight. Right as Mutirez was about to go back, the flash misses! The flash misses! Oh no! First kill found. Wonderful dead. So now Mutirez, very annoying back in the Donut, and one missed flash might have just made all the difference here unless Bit can clutch up.
Comms are in. He gets a quick plant, and he's got great position for it. Bit with a chance.
He can make this right. He can right the wrongs of a missed flashbang that offsets the entire round right here, but they are sticking the bomb. They're calling his bluff. That kill comes through. Mutirez needs to win it, and he will. The man who closed out that last map of Nuke finds success for sAw in their first rifle on Ancient. The veteran player of Mutirez. Plays get taken away from you. You have to keep it a lot more bare bones here. JL, wow, that would be a way to start.
What?
Roman never even knew what hit him.
Traced. They're just going to smash up the ramp right now. Smokes it down as well, so sAw just going for a hero play with that flash. No one swings off of it. Mutirez cut down on rotation. Ujerks waited in the cave, and he dies with a full set of util. This has gone from bad to worse for sAw. And just trying to save their AWP. Even that's not guaranteed. Not enough to tempt you into a retake. but maybe enough to open up a path to escape here. NAVI, off the back of an excellent spam from JL, pieced together a 3 rounds.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at that first map in the series, Wonderful was firing on all cylinders, but it was that rifling trio that had been so successful across the event for NAVI that was struggling to get the ball rolling. I don't think that's solely down to the individuals. I think sAw made life very, very hard for them. But if you get a bit more mileage out of someone like JL...
It's insulting, honestly.
If Ima in some of these mid-takes or Bit on some of his lurks can find success, that's usually the bulk of the legwork for this NAVI T side. Alexi's going over the notes.
That was crazy, that spam. Even just going for exits like that is so cocky. I mean, you're just risking your gun for 1 kill, but you know you're trying to get in NAVI's head. And their wallets as well. Alexi's on a Mac 10 now, but he's not complaining against 3 USPs with no armor. The tear through that pop into the mid-smoke. Oh, Aros DOS. 2 kills in middle before he's gone. And Materius has grabbed a rifle as well. Roman's waiting to play off of his teammate's contact.
Right, they're both full blind in those mid-fights. Materius tapped that one with the USP for crying out loud, and now armed with this AK. And a second man pushed up over towards the cave. It looks like they want to try and come for this lane control. They want to try and come to NAVI. JL tag, that AWP fires off. Will ujerks be able to pick this up? Smoke goes down. That one's free. Roman makes a move out through the cave side. This round only featured those saved guns for sAw. Everyone else was rocking pistols. And they sit in a 4-on-2. The job is not done yet. This is such a rare opportunity for sAw. You don't often get to break through NAVI like this.
JL has shown presence A main, and that means he needs to be really quick in this rotation to Donut and hope that sAw don't read his position so he can clutch.
If he's left up in the 1vx, low on health, that would be dire. They get on the bomb. They're trying to put pressure. They want Bit to fight this. They want him to peek this. Right now, he's calling their bluff. Knows the kid's not in play. He tries to swing out, but Mutiris is there to cover. And the molly falls too shallow. A robbed round for sAw. They break through. They keep that pressure on.
They're just going to go and try and go group, try and go explosive. And that A site is a perfect remedy. Heavy mid, heavy B, no one home.
When you're starting heavy mid like this, you know that this is the concession you make. You're vulnerable to the fast A play. Now sAw, will they be able to withstand it with Mutiris and Aros DOS both dead out of the gate? Oh. Not a good look.
Perfect call.
Down. sAw back to the drawing board on this one. They've got to write this round off. Very well done from Alexi to realize that they like this double mid take, and with that concessions are made. Calls their bluff with the A-side rush. And so back and forth to open up Ancient. Back and forth we go. As once more, these guns will be saved for sAw.
Oh yeah, grab that AK upgrade. ujerks just goes running in. Had a Mac 10 on Roman before, so ending B feels like a nice idea.
Always going to give and lend a little bit of room to either Bit or Ima on the lurks that they want to make come to fruition. And right now it's Ima in that position, pushed up into the red room. Whoa. He gets cleared by Story. JL once more tries his hand at this B spam that netted them around last time. But nothing connects. Up through ramp, ujerks right here, actually gets flashed in, plucks Alexi out of the round. But JL's quick with the trade. They've got him boxed in over at ramp, trapped on the left-hand side, and that AWP is bearing down upon JL. Any movement here could get punished by Story's AWP. And so for the time being, NAVI have had to slow down, lending some time to Wonderful. But Story doesn't want to wait. They want this kill on JL at ramp, and they go get it. Wonderful spots Aros DOS, not able to win that out, and that leaves it all on Bit.
Wonderful's not ready to be fought there. It looks like Aros DOS is smoking to escape. He's smoking to fight. Catches him by surprise, and the orb leg connects as well. Story just comes swinging. Will that be a bridge too far? Bomb planted. Roman doesn't want to risk the spam. That gets Bit's gun back out and in action. Aros DOS heard on a flank. Roman needs to wait. He's giving away the chance, and Bit should know. He should have heard him from middle. Stood still, unwavering, waiting, and clutching up is Bit. That's a throwaway for sAw, and one they cannot afford.
Back to this double mid take. Back to trying to fight for the mid control. Have to worry about heaven. It's been smoked off, so coming in fast is Alexi. He's traded places with Roman. Now he owns the cave, and Ujerk's moving right in. Knife out, what? Knife pulled for Ujerk's. They knew Alexi. Oh no, they never saw him. Sneak past Roman over towards the lane. And so that comes as a real surprise to Ujerk's. No idea he could have got there. And so now Story trying to make amends, trying to make up for it as Alexi turns his attention into the back line. This round won and lost on the cave fights, and so at least Mutierrez responds with one of his own. They lose their AWP on the spawn side. They know where the last man is. How will NAVI handle the 3-on-1?
Slow and steady.
sAw misplayed theirs last time. In and around this B site. Will NAVI make the same mistakes? Wonderful closes in on this AWP, and Mutierrez cannot bait the shot out of him. It's well handled, composed from the NAVI squad. Alexi's had even more to work with here as well, with Bit and JL both fielding some stellar looks. On this T side of Ancient, Ema might not be topping the charts, but even he's been a nuisance to deal with down in middle. And speak of the devil, he shall appear. Aros Dos on the receiving end of this Ema mid-swing. Mutierrez does not want to try and fight him here, especially not with Heaven control getting taken. His teammates trying to reclaim this, and Roman has pushed through.
Oh no.
JL, that one's free as he cracks the smoke wide open.
Oh dear. No one saw it, it's okay. 4v3, but good control from Wonderful. He's up in the red room, however, they have nice passive angles. Story doesn't need to walk into this necessarily, but they're going to go crunch together. That allows Wonderful to isolate. He's not ready for a reswing, but he hears a step. And so that gives up the name of the game. Wonderful. Bloodlusting for this follow-up kill. And now he knows Ujerk's probably is close on one of these 50-50 angles. This is awkward for Bit if he doesn't get it clean, but he's quick with it. Wonderful, that's a surprising miss. And it's opened up a world, a will, maybe a way.
Roman's still a ways out. Ujerk's wanted to try and take the pace and the timing to make a move there, but blocked off at the spawn. He's got no choice but to wait for Roman. A lesson learned maybe too late in the game for sAw here. Ema goes back and looks for this fight in Donut. Can't win it out. Bit's gonna have to clutch up again. But his clutches, his reads, his aim have been what's destroyed sAw here as another clutch comes through for Bit.
He's just so confident, so comfortable. He has the option to play cover, play the bomb. He chooses to stand in the open both times in these clutches for Bit. And they're not ready for that. Shot in the head.
There is one man's name that sends shivers down the spine of sAw in this second map. Living rent-free with two key clutches on this T side.
14 and 3. Even that, I think if anything, the entry into Donut is just as impressive to even get them the bomb plant. Unstoppable. JL doesn't want to stop. Walked up ramp as well. Easy entry on the AWP, and he's got the players behind him to assist. 2 more kills put NAVI in for a 10-round T-side on map 2.
It's already a great scoreline, but how they've got there, how punishing it's felt, how the individuals have got switched online. It's a different NAVI and some old problems for sAw. They worked hard over the player break to right their wrongs, to reignite that belief, that spark. It's done them well enough to get into the playoffs, but it's a whole different beast now to have to bounce back after that. Bit's clutches send NAVI onto a terrifying T-side.
T-side against FaZe back at London. How they blew them out of the water, but they couldn't close in that second half. Well, now they're on the receiving end. Can they make the comeback? Bit doesn't believe so. Picking Mutierrez out of the middle. Saw groups for B, but we've seen these setups before. NAVI more than capable and comfortable playing a retake on this B site, and there's not even a smoke on long. JL can maybe catch him crossing in. Some shots going astray, but he's done some damage, and they can come swinging as a unit. The flash is good. Bomb, oh, denied. He has to get off it. They start running them down, and Story stuck in the site with no help, no hope, no chance as they take him out, and that's the bomb under NAVI control. sAw needs all trace, but NAVI will not give him this time of day.
And with that rifling trio upping their level alongside Wonderful, who was having a good start, has kept it up across the series. NAVI become a lot more potent.
Oh dear. What an aggressive move for IMA, and a knife in the back just to rub salt in the wound. And it's not going to get better for sAw. Tears in the eyes. They burn alive. 2v4 now in the donut. Bit stands open. sAw guns him down. They go hunting for another kill together. This could be a good route, but it's cut down by IMA, and NAVI take a dominant win, 13-2. sAw move to Inferno. They will have to swim with the sharks because they can't unsink this ship.
Subscribe to ESL CS.
Was where this whole story started for sAw. Besting big in the play-in in a tight match here on this map to get to the group stage, and then opening on day one of groups with that win over G2 that culminated on Inferno, G2's map pick. So as they get out in the top middle, it's a one and done for IMA down here in the boiler, but Bit takes up position. Bit was the guy that ruined Ancient for sAw. And he tries to start Inferno the same way.
Bomb has been planted.
Got to take positions quickly. Back up in the apps. It's a high risk, high reward play, but sAw does it. He can really tuck in now. There's currently no kit for NAVI, no smoke to block positions. They've got to win this on duels, and they've got to wait quick. Roman forcing a kill, but he will fall immediately, and sAw, there's only so many positions he can be in. NAVI have pieced it together, trying to keep the pressure on. They need to get on that defuse right here, right now. No one's even tapped yet, let alone the stick. And it comes in, sAw trying to get him off, and he can't stop the inevitable. NAVI take pistol. The first of many steps in the right direction.
It's become a bit of a point of contention after what we saw back in the Blast groups, falling both times to Liquid there.
That being said, I feel like that almost gives NAVI a benefit because it immediately gave them something to work on and focus on at the start of the season. Like, okay, if one of these classic maps that we are happy to play is poor for us, we need to fix that now, and they certainly do. Saw exploding Liquid-esque, just quick out apps in that second round. We've seen that before. So they're going to get a bump on and a healthy chance at this second round force buy.
They don't give anything up. They stand to win this round on the force. If they just don't give NAVI a reason to go for this. And look, you can see Alexi was hanging around for a moment. Nothing was offered. So rather disgruntled as he goes, it looks like he's called for the save.
Yeah, JL's pretty stubborn.
He made noise running away, like fired the MP9 over towards B.
This only works.
Still looking in.
Yeah, this only works if they leave really early, and it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Yeah, this is done. He gave it a cursory glance. But sAw are going to take that force in their stride.
Wonderful with a very audacious peek to open up this round. Just swings the bottom of mid dry with the AK. Doesn't see anything.
Kind of got to make those plays, right? Because if sAw figure out where the rifles are, if they burn util correctly, NAVI are going to have very little chance to win this round. So Molly comes up banana, two of them in fact. And IMA, oh, he tries to escape, look for the fight. Molly, nade, another Molly, another nade. He's not safe. And so that gun gets removed. Wonderful trying to put his to use. sAw in a punishing position. Oh, he goes round the corner. And there's the trade out. Gun dropped, but no one to retrieve it. sAw set up to hit B.
You've learned where the AK is, so that's very much going to influence where sAw look to go. That AK could still get removed, and with Roman picking that up, they are currently walking in to this NAVI two-man stack, but with just the deagle on JL. Alexi!
Careful.
Hang on! His USP is roared to life, Mutierrez is here alone. Roman's trying to wrap through the spawn.
Yeah.
And Mutierrez will land the spam to find him. Alexi makes it interesting there for a moment. But sAw do well to remove that last man.
But Alexi lives to tell the tale.
Wonderful actually moves on over. Might be a clash of the orbs here.
This is crazy.
Looks like NAVI want to try and move back in, retake some of this control outside of B. The orbs clash and Wonderful comes out ahead.
Headshot.
Quick flick on a story, no easy feat. It's a bomb retrieved for sAw. Oh, but Roman, he now recognizes the strength of this position. Going to try and come in with the backstab. And Bit's ready for him.
Oh.
That's awkward. The info's here for NAVI. They know where both players are. Arastos, what can you expect him to do here? Tries his hand at the spam, spots that other player in rotation. But Arastos is boxed in, and with the bomb down up in the apartments, this should be an unlosable round for NAVI. And an unwinnable one for Arastos. As he moves back over towards short, Wonderful owns this angle. So it's a shutdown. The first time that orb comes out for NAVI, its effect is felt right away. Wonderful with a very aggro start. Takes that orb down into alt mid. JL in the meantime is getting pressured over at top banana. So all across the map there's fights breaking out. And Wonderful nearly misses the timing on his one. JL with a bit of help from Alexi B. Looks to withstand the B play, but he can't. Roman deals with both those players taking the aggro B line. Imma gets here quickly while Bit tries to launch the backstab. Arastos with the turn.
Ouch.
This was a low buy round for sAw. If they can get past Imma, they're on their way to a winner. But there's the lineup. Imma knocks them down. And it's that deagle on Arastos that's gonna need to stick the landing in recovery here. Bomb away from him. Imma not giving him the fight. He's waiting for Wonderful. He's waiting to group. Arastos might have hit one blinder of a shot, but now he's going to offer up two more in pursuit of this round. And there's that backstab. Wonderful. And the patience from Imma after getting that mow down. They learned back on Ancient, you don't want NAVI in these positions to start streaking rounds together. They are a relentless team, much like sAw were when this series opened.
Oh, that's one play. Oh, Ujux is burned 100 to 10. He eats the molly, only to swing out last second. It's going to get him a kill, but nades will come flying through, and NAVI have 3 strong in banana, or at least they did. Obliterating sAw, despite the dangerous start that Ujux provides, and that smoke is perfectly timed. Wonderful's going to have to back up.
They attempted to react quickly to the info, right, that there were 3 starting B, but the pace has been taken out of the round masterfully by NAVI.
Oh, dear.
They looked ready for this reaction, but the best Bit could hope for, well, he actually got the other with the nades, so just Arastos, and not prepared for Imma. Starts his round over at the B site, ends it, killing them in mid. Make no mistake about it, Imma has been instrumental to this CT side already.
Arastos is going to be lurking on his T side. He's playing very slow at least, but NAVI have no reason to move with Imma having control of middle and checking it on frequent timings. Wonderful. Oh, he actually gets the leg shot, aiming very low. And they see the app setup is in place, so that might just speed sAw up on this B bomb side. They've got nothing else to work with. 5 on 4. Imma hanging around, considering this could be a B hit. Alexi's about to confirm it.
I mean, the fact that Arastos never made himself available to trade is such a big deal. Look at all the attention it's kept for NAVI over on that A side of the map. Right now, he's left this B site wanting for reinforcements, wanting for guns and crossfires, but the smokes have shut them out of the round. sAw cross on in, they're going to get that bomb planted.
Lovely.
Trying to nade the smoke open, but Alexi can't see a thing. Instead, it is Imma on the smoke spam to give them a reason to look into this round.
And now Bit rotates.
Only just now getting activated on this lurk. The one that got away looks to be the one. to win this round for sAw. It just comes down if they can buy him the time. And that's not a bad way to start. Stories up, slows the roll, and there's the backstab from Arostos.
Yeah, Bit's kicking himself. He hung around so late on long side to wait for the lurker. He knew it was coming because sAw had a 5v4. Arostos is the abs player. There was no reason necessarily for them to play 5 banana in that round, so the second Bit leaves is when Arostos comes around the corner. Very awkward timing.
No one's won this banana fight yet. Wonderful. Looks to try and stake Navi's claim to this part of the map. First shot, but no further as he goes back in for even more. That's when Story gets the better of him. A key trade, a big voice to have removed here. That wonderful AWP now knocked out of the round. 4v4 gives way to this mid control for sAw. They're holding for this re-aggro, but IEM is not missing a beat. sAw's roll gets slowed here. They get out top mid, sure. But now what are they going to do with it?
Brutal headshot, and IEM just tucks in to the back of the site. Him and Bit both tucked. And Alexi smoked off, can potentially break this when he feels free to do so. Long is clear. He's about to learn that. Bit. Oh, great grenade thrown from the long side. IEM swings out for a double. They don't even know about Bit. They're going to find out the hard way. Story in a 1v3 just comes sneaking in. And NAVI, a very nice, a big 3K from IEM. 15 and 5.
I mean, if IEM keeps up performances like this, if this becomes the story of NAVI, you could be seeing him in MVP level form. Third highest rated player at Cologne right now.
That'd be exciting.
And that's after a dip in performance in the midpoint of the year. Having to kind of rediscover himself, get comfortable with his spot in this NAVI squad. He is now one of the driving forces behind their success. El Agro will get punished. Story once more good for the opener on this B-site aggression. But look at him, he's always in the right place. Him is already around towards that B side of the map, and that is where sAw set their sights right now. Maybe they lend Arostos a little bit of time just to keep these two players present over towards A, and now they look to make their move. Alexi dead. IEM blows the smoke open, playing his hand soon. They'll manage to get across here relatively unscathed in the 5v3.
Oh, again a break. Oh, it's a great flash before it as well, but they're going to be quick to trade. sAw aren't letting this one slip by the wayside. 1v4, they close and they find 5. It might just be enough on the T side to decide who's going to those semi-finals. That can be saved for later for what feels to be a B execute. Wonderful and Alexi with the full kit. Bit lurking apps. Beast in this position. U-Jerks has all the nades, but doesn't realize there's two players real close. They try and punish him, falling back, and he's not going to get to use a single droplet of it. Roman on top of the boost, falls after nothing, and NAVI secure, surely, a pistol.
It was those T-sides that did sAw so well in the matchup versus G2, where they took them down here on Inferno, so they're going to have to do it on the tougher side now versus an in-form NAVI, and with a NAVI that have picked up the pistol to open this second half. Bit by bit, that margin grows between these teams. NAVI came into this as the favorites. sAw were on that Cinderella story.
Oh, no saves either.
Oh!
Oh! NAVI clean with it right now. NAVI just 5 rounds away from the top 4.
Force buy up for sAw. They want to try and get back to that sort of tense back and forth we've had at the beginning of both maps 2 and 3. Hoping they can cook something up on the force buy, but if it falls short, you only give NAVI a bigger leg up here in this head-to-head, and that's not the start you wanted. Roman knocked out immediately. Now Gamble's being called as they try to rotate heavy over towards this A site, and Bit tears through them, plays the timing on that smoke drop in the apartments.
No respect.
sAw head out of this round deflated. Risked it all on a force buy, and they find nothing from it.
Love that walk for Bit. He realizes the smoke came from a top balcony, so he can just catch a player who hasn't pulled their gun out yet. And at that point, with the game NAVI are having running through the smoke, just a display of confidence for NAVI, and they just want to take the guns away, and any hope and weaponry sAw have is gone. But still playing timings, and this can go very wrong very quick.
Out towards mid they go. Ujax has to turn from that flashbang. It's Ima and Alexi on the openers. Mutir is sure he rotates in, but the site's already been taken. The site's already lost. Running for the hills now as sAw.
Even with a double setup, I don't know what Ujax is supposed to do, because NAVI threw the flash on left side. They peek before it pops. As soon as he's turning, he sees them running out mid. So it's either eat the flash and just hope for the best, maybe get a kill, or turn and hope you can turn back in time. Neither option good. But what would be worse would be to lose these guns in the post plant. sAw attempt to save. Will NAVI relent? It seems like they may, just for a round. Guaranteeing 11. And giving sAw one more shot. But that's all.
Terrorists win.
sAw will be playing safe. You don't feel the freedom to take risks, and risks often come in times of desperation when you're the underdog team at a scoreline like this. And so NAVI try to press that home as hard as they can with these slow rounds. Just the tag.
Lucky.
From Story's AWP, Alexi gets out alive.
Yeah, but they use that to force util and also hope to get an entry, right? Alexi jumps, a player swings to peak, but Story gets out of position in time. So all in all, sAw are pretty happy with that. But NAVI still want to commit to the site they know where util has been burned. There is not a smoke, nor a flash, nor a Molotov on this B site. And even though Maturius begins to rotate, NAVI will be coming through with the hit.
Story going to try reposition ahead of that smoke. Flash goes in, but he's unblinded by it. Roman up on top of the boost. Good for the first. That Story AWP. I mean, we've seen him pull off some magical moments here for Story. And cleanly done on the JL. There just isn't time for NAVI here.
Left him a little bit too late on the hit, right? No room for error. A missed Molotov on that new box pillar. And so Story's able to get perfect cover after he gets a shot off at the back of the site.
But this has bought enough time for Mutiris to join the ranks of this A-hold.
This is going to be really, really bad for sAw. Now they have a fighting chance all inside of the site. And Aristos trying to play passive from back of the pit. That's a great headshot for Alexi, but the lineup for Mutiris, he needs to capitalize. He needs a third. 20 seconds. They chase him down. And Roman is not here in time to stop that bomb. It felt like sAw were in with a shot, but it was only blanks in the gun. Roman's gone, and NAVI are a point away from the semi-finals.
One misstep in a B play, but they don't let that define this T side.
Alexi got a brutal entry onto the AWP as well last round. A high impact opening kill from the in-game leader when it mattered. This time he's on 2 HP. Even an impact of a grenade will end his round, but JL comes flying in from the sky.
JL, and the J stands for jumping. NAVI, red carpet rolled out into those semis. Even luck starting to go their way now.
It's meant to be. Can anyone stop it?
sAw slid back. Story never got a chance to fire that AWP in the round prior. Will he get the chance? up against match point. Semi-final point. Flash is wonderful, but timing shot connects for that AWP. And so Story never even got a chance to play in these last 2 rounds of Inferno. He's now relegated to the sidelines. Mutiri's first kill found, sure, but now they've got him trapped in a box. Wonderful takes the line. Crazy flick hit from Wonderful Zorb. And there's only Aros Dos between NAVI and those semi-finals. This one man, if they can uproot him, if they can get past him, those semis are locked on in. Roman is too far away. And so across the series, NAVI got posed an interesting question. When Nuke opened, they were surprised that sAw had the confidence to go for it, challenging NAVI on a strong map. But they answer the call. In spite of falling down to open, they dominate on Ancient. And they shut sAw out on Inferno. NAVI heading with their heads held high into those semi-finals.